Hello, ladies. I know it's around your lunchtime, and I promise I will not be keeping you out here long. But I just wanted to come out here on this beautiful Friday and thank God for Fridays. And I hope that it has been a great day for you so far. But I just wanted to come out here and let you know in the month of June what I will be doing. I will be doing a Friday chat on every other Friday talking about healthy living. And I don't know about you, but I need help in that area. I mean, I've worked on it for years and years. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it wasn't so good. But I just want to come out and encourage you to work with me, and we can do this thing together and talk about healthy living and what it takes. But today, what I'm going to do, I'm only going to talk about give you five benefits on prioritizing your self care. And that means to take care of ourselves because a lot of times we are so busy doing everything else except putting ourselves first sometimes. And sometimes we just have to lay things down, put things up, and decide that we are going to take care of ourselves. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, no one else can do it for us. So we have to be very mindful and very conscious of getting plenty of rest, drinking plenty of water, exercising. And those are the things that for the month of June, and it might spill over into July. I don't know how this little series will go, but I hope that you will join in with me on Fridays for this chat. And I promise I will not be keeping you out here very long talking about these benefits. So the first benefit that I want to talk to you guys about is improving our physical health. I noticed when I was in Africa how my physical health, I had worked on it some before I went to Africa, but I realized when I was in Africa that my physical health wasn't where I really wanted it to be because some of the things that we had to do with walking up hills and walking down steps, up and down steps with everything that we did, I found myself, having to stop and breathe and get my breath. So I realized that there's some more work I need to do on myself to get myself more healthier in that area of my physical health. And so the first benefit I want to talk about, like I said, is improving our physical our physical health when it comes to uh, uh, prioritizing our time and doing what we need to do to be healthier physically. I don't know about you, but that's something that I definitely need to work on, is working on myself physically. And so we can do this. How do we do this? And I know some of you already know this, and it's through exercise, it's through us eating proper nutrition, getting plenty of rest. And when we get plenty of rest, it will boost our immune system and it will also increase our energy level, which will reduce the risk of various health issues. And I want to show you something that I was experiencing and what I had to do then. And these are some steps that I used to help me with living a healthy lifestyle. I had to get more active and I started exercising at least 30 minutes a day. I started drinking more water. And I ate more fruits and vegetables, and I cut back on my snacks and found some alternatives that I could use as far as a snack instead of the things that had a lot of carbs in it. I found things that had less carbs in it. And sometimes I had to just turn the TV off, turn the computer off, get rid of the gadgets and become more active. And of course, that is a hard thing to do. And we have to be very mindful of that. And we have to practice doing those things because let me tell you what happens when you don't do those things. I want to show you something. This is where I was. This is when I was not active. I wasn't exercising and I was feeling overwhelmed. Look at what I look like. This is what I look like because I was doing all the things that was causing me to feel unfulfilled, causing me to, I had gained a whole lot of weight. I was feeling heavy. I was feeling a state of depression at times because of what I was looking like when I looked in the mirror. And so when I began to improve my physical health, I began to start looking like this. This is where I got myself. But we still have to be careful even with that. And let me remind you, this is where I was. I was right there. Believe it or not, this is what I look like. And if somebody saw this picture, they would say, who is that? That was me. That was Talk Time Val back in 2016. And so I had to really work hard on improving my health. And I still have to do it now too, because even during the pandemic, I lost weight. But then once the pandemic kind of subsided, I began to gain weight again. So weight is something that I struggle with all the time. So I know what I'm talking about when we're talking about improving physical health, because this is where I was right here in this picture that you see right here. I was all to pieces. But to God be the glory. And it was with God's help that I was able to improve my health by telling you some of those things that I mentioned on the slide. Improving eating, sleeping, and doing all of those good things. Okay, so that's one thing that we can do to improve our physical health. Now, the second thing that we can do to improve our physical health is to embrace our mental health. Because see, in this picture right here, I hadn't embraced my mental health. I was going down a slippery slope. And look at how I was looking. And this is how I was feeling. I was feeling overwhelmed because of where I was with my weight and my health. I was dealing with high blood pressure. I was dealing with diabetes. And of course, I deal with cholesterol problems. And now, once I got to this point in my life, I don't take diabetes medicine anymore. I don't have high blood pressure anymore. But I still have to be very, very conscious of the things that I'm putting in my body. So we want to improve our mental health. And the way we do that, when we improve our mental health, here are some things that we can start practicing. Practicing meditation and mindfulness, engaging in hobbies, and which will reduce our stress level, our anxiety, and cause us not to be depressed. And overall improving our mental well-being, and that will promote a more emotional resilience with inside of ourselves. And so we have to be very, very conscious about that. Okay. And the third thing that I had to start doing was to increase my productivity, because like on this picture right here, my productivity was zero. I wasn't doing anything. I was doing a lot of sitting. I was doing a lot of eating. And so we have to make sure that we improve our productivity, guys. We have to make sure that doing that we prioritize our self-care, because if we don't prioritize our self-care, guess what? No one else is going to do that. And we have to recharge our energy level. And when we do that, it will improve our focus, and it will increase our mental clarity. Most of all, when we do that, when we increase our productivity, which can lead to better performance in the things that we're responsible for doing in our personal and professional life. And then the fourth thing that will help us is to strengthen relationships. That's another thing that we have to do, is strengthen relationships, because when we have people that we can work with, that we can rely on, they can be partners when we are trying to improve our health and be more productive. We need people to bounce our ideas off, and we have to just be reminded that we have to take care of ourselves, because when we take care of ourselves, it will cultivate a sense of self-worth and self-love towards ourselves and others. And it will also allow us to show up fully in the relationships that we have. Because when we are dealing with our vision, our purpose, our passion, our potentials, we need to be able to connect relationships, because we need other people to help us get through those things, so that we can have healthier boundaries when we are perceiving and when we are being productive in the areas that God wants us to be productive in our businesses, in our spiritual life, in our family life. All of those things come into play. And the fifth thing that we need to do is if we want to be more healthier, it will help us to reduce burnout. Because if we are not taking care of ourselves, we will find ourselves burned out. So we have to prioritize self-care, and it will help us to prevent from being burned out. It will result in us not being having chronic stress or being overwhelmed. It will help us to regularly practice providing ourselves with different things that we would do to rejuvenate ourselves, to recommit ourselves to living a healthier, balanced life. And it will also protect us from emotional and physical exhaustion. And this is where I was, guys. That's where I was. I had physical and emotional exhaustion when I was not practicing these things right here. So today's topic was on uh, 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 making sure that we prioritize ourselves and prioritize our life and eating properly so that we can get to the point where this is what we're looking like. We're looking better. We're feeling better in the things that we have to do because we want God to be pleased. And I don't know about you, but I just want to make sure that whatever I do, that he is pleased. And that is all I want to talk to you all about today. And Talk Time Val is going to sign out, but I just wanted to remind you that every other Friday we will be doing this chat, and I will try not to keep you long, no more than 7 to 12 minutes, because I'm getting ready to sign out right now. And Talk Time Val is signing out, and I hope that you can use some of these things that will benefit you in your life and help you to overcome some of the stresses that we have in life. And so I'm looking forward to talking to you again on Friday after next, and we will continue our chat with other things that we can do to improve on our health. I just want you to be excited about your health, be excited about what God is doing in your life so that we can do this thing together. And put in the chat if you know that you need help with prioritizing your self-care and prioritizing eating healthy. Put a 1 in the chat if you need help with that. And I'm your girl. I can help you in that area to improve on your healthy living and healthy lifestyle. Because if we don't have a healthy lifestyle, everything else will fold on us. So I will be, guys, talking to you a little bit later.